Hi everyone, Natasha here, and around my home today I am in the kitchen and I am very excited because I have here my new planner, I think, for 2020. If you've been following along, you know I've been doing a bullet journal for several years now, and I've just been on the fence the last few months, even half of this year, just with trying to decide if the bullet journal is the best use of my time. I love the creative aspect of it. I love how open-ended and free it is. You can do whatever you want, but I'm just at a busy season of life, and because I really need to also be careful about my planning and my time, I've been trying to decide what's the best way to go as far as planning. So get this open. I just got it out of my mailbox. I have not opened it yet. I actually saw this planner on the YouTube channel Amanda's Favorites, so I will link her video down below because it was very helpful. She does a really in-depth walkthrough of everything, so I will just kind of give you my first impressions. Again, I'm still not 100% sure this is the way I'm going, but I'm just excited to see something and maybe see if this would work. So let's get started. I've got a nice little package here with the crinkle paper on top, so we'll set that aside. And nicely wrapped with some tissue paper. And let's see. So what drew me to the Unbound Planner is it's a very simple layout. Let's go ahead and just take the box out of the way. This says, "Thank you. Your planner is here. Thanks for supporting our family. Get inspired. Have feedback." So that's just kind of all their information. So what drew me to this was that it's very simple and minimal in the design. It seems like there's still some room for creativity because it is so simple and minimal, but it has the benefit of the calendar pages are already set up. So, all right, so we have another little layer of wrapping here. It is wrapped in plastic, so let me try to get through without doing any damage to the book itself. And you know what? I think I might pause this video and go grab my current bullet journal just so we can compare sizes. So hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and have a couple of things actually. So this is the new Unbound Planner. This is my current bullet journal, which is a Leuchtturm 1917. So I don't know how well you can see it, but it looks like it's just a little bit bigger, maybe ½ an inch or so on either side, and it is a little bit wider on the binding section of it. And I did want to show just really quickly, so you may have seen my other video where I just toured this Wartime Mom's agenda, and again it's similar to that but a little bit larger overall, and this was one I was thinking about. I've decided it's not enough blank pages and space for me, so my sister actually said she would take that, so I'm gonna share that with her. And I did want to show, so this is kind of what's got me started in bullet journaling and where I started, obviously 2017, and I'm gonna see if I can find a good kind of blank page to show you. Let's see, where's a good one? Well, here we go. Honestly, this is the easiest. So this planner was laid out where you had all 52 weeks of the year. On the left hand side, one thing I did not like was that Saturday and Sunday shared a line, and our family business usually has a lot more going on the weekends, so that didn't work as well for me. And then it had line pages on this side, and this is what I would typically do, was just have these 4 sections on the right, and as I would go through my planning process and as the week went on, then I'd have a place to jot down those what are they called? It's like location specific actions. I can't think of the name, but so that was how I used that planner, and it did work well, but I just kind of found I needed something more because I wanted somewhere to put my individual day information. Like as I'm planning that morning, I needed a place for to-do lists and all that. So this is, let's take a look. Let's just see what we've got here. So has this pretty speckled paper at the beginning. We go into the nameplate page, and we have even just things like this. I just got tired of setting up, you know, pages like this where I just need the information and I want it in my bullet journal. I know I could have printed it out, but it just kind of was one of those things I thought I shouldn't have to mess with this every time. And maybe, you know, part of my problem was I did a different journal for each quarter of this year, so I had to set up 4 notebooks. So if I would have streamlined my system more, maybe that wouldn't have been such an issue, but I found that to be bothersome. I liked how they had a table of contents at the beginning with your, you know, notes and information, and then even a little section about how to set up your planner. Now this is a goal planner, so they have these self-reflection pages. They walk you through creating your vision board, your brainstorm for your goals, goal timeline. I mean, there's a lot of this that I was doing different elements of this in my bullet journal anyway, and I'm just ready to try something new and different and not have to set it all up myself and create it all from scratch every time. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. I've never done anything like this with the 5-year, 10-year, and someday list. This is kind of interesting too. It's very open-ended, where it could be for appointments, it could be for birthdays and anniversaries, it could be for your goals. And we have this year at a glance, which looks good for possibly tracking my cycle, or it could be for like school holidays, just a quick place to maybe highlight those days and find them easily. I think that's going to be beneficial. Seasonal list, so this will pull in some of my Fly Lady cleaning and zone cleaning things, and I'm not sure yet how I will use this. I may try to make this into my 4 or 5 zones, or maybe I'll have these seasonal lists but then have my zone cleaning lists over there. That would be nice to have all that in one place. And I also liked that they had multiple kinds of project planning pages here at the beginning. So you get some like that, some like this, where it has just a dot grid at the bottom. Some, let's see, so there's 3 or 4 of those. And then this page has goal breakdown pages and milestones. So they give you quite a bit of various options, which I liked, for different things you could be working on. Now their monthly layout is narrower than what I have right now in my bullet journal, but, and I can actually show you because I think I have not started really filling anything in just yet. And where are we? December, right. So this is, let me go back to that. So this is their monthly layout where you have the full calendar. They do have your holidays listed, and then these monthly reflection pages or notes or sections here. So looking forward to, craving, feeling inspired by, biggest challenges to overcome, successes and highlights, lessons learned or to improve on, and need to let go of list, which is kind of an interesting version of what I've been doing. So I had the full 2 pages for my calendar, and then I was doing this page here. Nope, I missed it. Where is it? Got stuck together. So I was doing this page. So I had goals, and then kind of a similar thing where I was doing highlight, low point, loving, watching, reading, learning, and feeling, and then a section for gratitude. So I liked that this was set up somewhat similarly, but more compact because it's all on these 2 pages. I don't know yet whether this will be enough room for me to write, and that's one of the things I'm a little, I'm curious to see if I can make this work. If I can write small enough to make this narrower box work, then that could be good, that it's all here on 1 page. And then I also liked that they give you an extra 2 pages for your planning. So ideas for this month, that has be creative, be healthy, help others, take care of myself, be connected, have fun. Monthly goals and tasks, and they fill in for you, review yearly goals and add repeating monthly goals, gifts and occasions, and then these two blank sections here, half of it's lined, half of it's dot grid, and they also have the 3 top priorities for the months. So I feel like that is a really nice version of bringing in my goals from here, but I like that they tie it back to the beginning process of setting up the journal. And you know, maybe this could be my gratitude page, however, or it could be where I do my personal month, because I do still like having this personal month information, where I use that Louise Hay book, Colors and Numbers, to lay out what the month is supposed to look like for me. So we'll just have to see. Now we go into the weekly goals. So this is the first week of the month, and it's starting on December 30th, going through January 5th. They do have the little calendar up here and highlight the week that you're in. You have the same thing, this week's priorities, your weekly goals, and they actually fill some things in for you. Add repeating weekly goals and review monthly goals, act of kindness, self-care. And I liked this concept as well. They have things to do, easy tasks and bigger tasks. Now, I've always been doing, or have been doing lately, you know, in the last couple of years, that getting things done system where I have the location specific tasks. So I don't know, we'll just have to see how this works out, because I do find that, you know, some of the downfall of what I've been doing is I jump around, I put off the bigger tasks, whereas this might make it more of a streamlined process for me to really choose, like, I really only have 5 minutes, let's pick something from this easy task, versus it's, you know, maybe it's the morning, I'm fresh, I have more energy and more time, so I need to work on one of these bigger tasks that's really more of a project and has multiple steps and needs some time and energy to devote to it. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. Down here we have daily habits with morning routine listed first, and then blank lines after that. And here's another thing. I was doing like a weekly habit tracker for a long time. About half of this year I did that every week. I'd set that up, and it was more for my daily and weekly cleaning tasks, so like my Fly Lady zone cleaning tasks and different things like that. So I'm glad that they have this in here, and I'm not quite sure how I'm going to use these lines because it's less than what I was used to using before, but it's there, and I like the fact that it's there. Now, there is no monthly habit tracker, so that may be something, you know, I'm not sure if I'll end up using this page. Like the Boho Berry habit tracker sticker could just very easily go on there. That's something I'll have to figure out, is if I want to keep that up or not, because what I've only been doing in it is my morning routine, basically my miracle morning stuff. So maybe that just goes to here. I don't know, we'll see. And then this says weekly reflection and notes, looking forward to or biggest challenges to overcome, or successes and highlights, or lessons learned, or how to improve, or all of those things. And again, maybe I'll use this top section for my errands list and my contacts list, or not, I don't know, but I like that it's a little more open-ended with the dot grid on the bottom half, and it lets me have that flexibility. And then this is the other part that I really liked. So you kind of have your 2 planning pages for the week, and then you still have 2 pages of just where you can jot down events and jot down tasks. And I kind of feel like this is a good bridge to the daily pages I've been doing, but it's more streamlined, and I don't have to set up a whole new spread every morning. While I like doing that, if I don't get around to it, then I feel like I can't start my day until I get it done. So I think this will help me because it's already set up. If I want to do some pre-planning and go in and jot down like the top 3 things I know I need to work on each day, or on 1 or 2 of the days, that could be done ahead of time. I like that they have this very simple little tracker here. There's a heart, which I think is for health, like if you do exercise or something for your health. Or it could even be, I can't remember, I think I read that could have been for self-care too, if I remember right. And then your water droplets to track your water intake, which I really don't do because I usually do drink plenty of water, but maybe that would be fun to start doing just to see, because maybe I don't drink as much as I think I do, because I also love coffee and drink quite a bit of coffee in the morning. So, and then this little pill symbol would be like pills or vitamins, which I've been really bad about taking my vitamins lately. So this might get me to get back on track with doing that. They have a don't forget box up here, which I like as well, because that could be, you know, things with our business that are important, like when we have our quarterly taxes due or bills to pay. It could also be things with my daughter's school. So for instance, today was dress up day, and you know, that's something that in the morning I just forget that, oh yeah, today is something special, or they're supposed to wear some certain color. So if I had a little box for those kinds of things, that might be helpful. And they also have a place for your meals, which is something else I'm working on, but haven't quite found a good place to keep track of it where it makes sense and I can find it when I need it, but it's not in the way of all my other planning. Like our big calendar that hangs in the kitchen, I've been reluctant to put our meals on there because some days get filled up with events and there's really no room to write a meal in there. But maybe I should. I don't know. This is just nice to have this available. And then there's still a section at the bottom for gratitude. So instead of all my gratitude being on one page, I can have a space to write down just a few lines on each day, which again, just sort of streamlines my process. And they do have a little quote at the top. So then it just goes to the next week and planning. So that's how this whole planner is laid out. And as you get into, let's see, we'll go to the next month here. So I think it goes through this week, which goes into February 2nd. And then, and here's the bookmark. So I don't remember if we have, looks like we have 2 bookmarks. Then here we go. So here's your February, and it just goes right on through. And one of the things I just noticed is as you get to the middle of the year, they actually have a mid-year reflection already set up in the journal. So it goes through some similar questions to what they had at the beginning. What are your biggest accomplishments, favorite memories, biggest lessons and challenges? Do you feel you've given your time to the right things? Anything in particular you've been neglecting? So this is really nice too, that this is already set up and then it just goes right into July. So that is an added feature as well in the middle of the journal. So the other thing I liked about this is at the back, you do have some dot grid pages and some lined pages. Not a ton, but you know, if I wanted to do a few collections, maybe that's where they would go. If I wanted to have a place for some daily pages, like if there's just a certain day where I really need a list, it could go there. They also have a really nice little section at the back that's an end of year reflection, if I can get it to lay here. Yeah, so that's the last week. And then they have a little end of year reflection which goes through some of the same prompts that they asked you at the beginning, including where you rate yourself on these areas in life. And let me find that other, here's the other bookmark. So we have 2 bookmarks, so that could be handy because I can have one that's at the month and one that's at the day, which would be nice. And I will probably go through and put tabs on the month because I just like having a tab. I don't like having to flip through to find each month. And again, when you're planning out, you know, the school calendar or like our business calendar, I just need to be able to get the information in quickly. And I like having tabs for that reason too. And they do have a pocket at the back. It's not the full pocket like on a bullet journal or on a Leuchtturm where it goes across the whole page, but this almost seems better or handier to me because I forget what's in the pocket of the bullet journal. It is more secure, but when the pocket is, let me see here, I'll show you. So like when the pocket is this, I really forget what's in there and then I have to remember to go through and even look and see like, what did I even stick in there? I don't remember. Whereas this is a little more accessible and you can see what you've tucked away in there. Okay, so just a quick note about some of the specifications on this. First of all, I purchased this myself, did not get this as any sort of an affiliate program, although I would love to do that. Let's see, this is 100% crafted in the USA. It measures 6.5 inches by 8.5 inches, and then it's 0.9 inches on the binding width. The weight is 1.2 pounds, which to me feels just a skosh heavier than my Leuchtturm. 304 pages of the bright white paper, which is a 100 GSM thick paper. So it's going to be a little bit heavier than my Leuchtturm, but not as heavy as the Scribbles That Matter. I want to say theirs is 120 GSM, but theirs is definitely more of like a cardstock, whereas this feels more like just a nice heavy printer paper that turns a little bit more easily, kind of like the Leuchtturm does. It is an eco-friendly paper and backing, hardbound coated cloth cover, and this is the charcoal gray version. It comes in, I think, 3 other colors plus black. It's hardbound. I think I said that already. It has a special lay flat binding, which I think that should work out just fine. Of course, you kind of need to train it open a little bit, but seems like even at the beginning and the end, when you have fewer pages because of that hardbound binding, it should work out well as far as writing in it. What else? It has the 2 ribbons that I mentioned, rounded corners for durability. It includes January through December of 2020, and then the weekly spreads are Monday through Sunday. The monthly spreads are Sunday through Saturday. So that's just something else to notice. That is my new 2020 planner from Unbound, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go for it and go ahead and start setting it up and using it in January, because I feel like the only way I'm gonna know for sure that this will work is if I just start using it. Now, what I may end up doing is having either a separate blank notebook or a smaller notebook or notepad that is just always there for my daily task list, because I do just have a lot of days where I wake up and my brain is going a mile a minute of, you know, with all the things I don't want to forget to do that day. And if the weekly page isn't enough and I just need to break it down more, or I need to do something more with a timeline, then there's always blank paper for that. So all right, so that's it. Thank you for joining me for this look through the 2020 Unbound Planner. Let me know in the comments below if you are a bullet journaler and you'll never change, or if you're like me and you're just trying to find something that's a happy medium and allows you some creativity, but still gets the job done and lets you plan and be on top of things and stay ahead of the game and not feel like you're always behind, which is what has been happening to me. So I don't know if that's just me and where I'm at in life, or if it's because I'm spending so much time setting up that I'm not actually pre-planning. I don't know, but we will find out next year. I guess I'll let you know and keep you posted on how it goes. So thanks again for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button down below, and I will look forward to seeing you soon. I will probably give you a peek into how I set up the beginning part of this planner in my January setup, if there's not too much personal information with our business. So we'll see how that goes. But all right, thanks guys. Have a happy Thanksgiving if you're in the US. If not, just have a nice rest of your week, and I will look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.